So most people probably haven't heard of this story, but we're bringing it to you now. So if you haven't heard, the ocean, the ocean, the ocean, the main ocean, the water, the ocean basically has claimed yet another billionaire and multiple of its family members. Okay, they're on a yacht that is allegedly unsinkable. And guess what? It sinks, and half of them drown and perish in this unfortunate accident. Okay, here's the latest.
We turn to the other news tonight and to the grim recovery on the ocean floor off Sicily, the sinking of that 180-foot boat. 2 Americans now among the bodies recovered and what they found today. Here's our foreign correspondent, James Longman.
Dive teams in Sicily today bringing to shore the body of Mike Lynch, the British tech tycoon and owner of the doomed luxury yacht. But teams are still searching for the body of Lynch's 18-year-old daughter, Hannah.
This is a few days old. They have since found Hannah's body and have brought that to shore as well. So, sad.
He's believed to be the last missing passenger. Authorities say 7 people went down with the ship in that violent storm, including New York lawyer Chris Morvillo and his wife Neda. Today, the owner of the company that built the super yacht has blamed the disaster on a string of human errors, accusing the crew of not getting ready for the approaching storm.
Non abbia letto la perturbazione in arrivo.
Basically, what he just said there, because I speak the language, basically he just said that this yacht is unsinkable. I know that the Titanic is unsinkable. We said that the Titanic was unsinkable and then it sunk, but that was hundreds of years ago. And it basically, we fixed that problem. And this yacht should not have sunk. And it's the crew's fault that they didn't prepare for the storm. And it's their fault that it sank and these people were dead. So they should be held accountable and not us. Call them, insurance company.
What are we doing?
And so that's exactly what basically he said here.
Italian media report the boat's captain, who survived, said he didn't know the storm was coming. Lynch was on board, celebrating a legal victory, his acquittal on all charges in a fraud trial. Morvillo recently talked about how he spent years on the case.
It's covered 1/3 of my career. It has been a constant presence in my life.
In a now haunting LinkedIn post, Morvillo thanked his wife and daughters for their patience, signing off, and they all lived happily ever after.
And David, Italian media is reporting tonight that 5 of the victims were not found in their own cabins, which suggests they may have been trying to escape the sinking ship when they were trapped.
So let's go back and talk about that trial, because not a lot of news outlets are.
What are we doing?
Now, this guy who owned the yacht, his name is Mike Lynch. Okay, and Mike Lynch is like the UK version Steve Jobs. Okay, he's a big tech tycoon. He's a billionaire. And just a few days before they all got on this unsinkable mega yacht, Mike Lynch was acquitted of fraud charges. Now, these fraud charges came from a year or 2 ago when him and his business partner were attempting to get a buyout or some form of business deal with HP, the computer conglomerate. Like, this was a multi-billion-dollar deal. They were trying to merge, I believe, with HP. And as it turned out, Mike Lynch and his business partner were caught cooking the books and making it seem like their company made a little bit more money than it actually did, so HP would pay more.
What are we doing?
And so that then, of course, created this fraud trial where him and his business partner were just acquitted. The issue is Mike Lynch's business partner, a few days also before they got on this yacht, was in a deadly car accident that no one really knows how or why it happened, and it's a mysterious death as well.
What are we doing?
So the co-defendant, British tech entrepreneur Mike Lynch, who is still missing amid the super yacht sinking, okay, we found him, has died after being struck by a car. Right, the co-defendant, Steve Chamberlain. His name is Steve Chamberlain, 52 years old, died in the hospital after being hit by a car in Cambridge, England on Saturday, August 17th.
What are we doing?
Now, I don't have to break it down for you folks, but the United States is known for its bad driving laws, and us said its drivers. But countries like the UK, they're a little more cautious over there. So when someone gets run down on the street by a car, it's usually either like a royal princess or like on purpose.
What are we doing?
And so, seems a little fish, okay? Authorities said in a statement on Tuesday, August 20th, local police are now investigating his death as they are seeking witnesses to the indictment. They're not going to find any. Authorities previously reported that a pedestrian in his 50s had been seriously injured in a collision which happened at around 10 a.m. on Saturday. The driver of the car is confirmed to be a 49-year-old woman who remained on the scene. Oh, well, okay. So maybe it was an actual accident, but maybe that was part of her deal.
What are we doing?
Like, listen, if these people want you dead, okay, tinfoil hats on now, folks. If these people, when you're in the world of billionaires, if they want you gone, they will pay whatever it is, like a fraction of whatever that deal with them that you were about to do with them was going to be. Like, all they have to do is give this woman like $10 million. That's it. That's all it takes.
What are we doing?
That's literally all it takes. You're worth $1 billion. The company who wants you now gone is worth billions. All it takes for them to pay someone to drive down the street and hit you with their car and stay on scene and say that they didn't know what they were doing and it was an accident, and now you're dead, and all they have to do is worry about a court case that they can make go away anyways, and they get $10 million at the end of it?
What are we doing?
It's simple, folks, especially in 2024. So that happened. So then 3 days later, his business partner, Mike Lynch, gets on his unsinkable mega yacht. And while they're docked there for the night, a downspout of water from a thunderstorm comes and sinks the boat. Now, the only people who perished was Mike Lynch, his daughter, his wife, his lawyer, his lawyer's wife, and like the chef, dude.
What are we doing?
The rest of the staff, the boat people, the wait staff, everyone else made it out alive. So the only people who survived were those important enough to the boat and those close enough to Mike Lynch.
What are we doing?
So in the span of a few weeks' time, Mike Lynch and his business partner went from doing a deal with HP to being accused of fraud, to then going on trial for said fraud, to then being acquitted for said fraud. And now they're both coincidentally in freak accidents in the matter of a few days' time, dead.
What are we doing?
I mean, are they controlling the weather? You know, it's like, I don't know. It seems suspicious. But all I know is they've now opened a manslaughter case investigation against the people who actually made it to shore. So we'll see what that investigation entails. But all I'm saying is you can get anything done with $10 to $50 million. And if you're a billionaire, that's real easy. Okay? It's real easy.